Hi guys, welcome to March the 15th. So this week is really important because in the articles and analysis we're talking about this week's the so-called super week. So many things are happening tonight. Is in the Netherlands, they have the presidential election, right? If the extreme right party wins, then we're pretty much we're pretty much psychologically screwed, okay? So, and the other part is today, or this, there's a FOMC meeting about the interest rate hike. So, how do we treat this news? And according to this news and the results, how do we prepare of our investment portfolios and housing market, so on? So, let me explain. There are four possibilities that going on that will happen today. So normally when we study, there's only two possibilities, right? One is FOMC will raise the interest rate and the US dollar will go strong. The second case is the FOMC will not raise the interest rate, so the US dollar will go weaker. So that's not the case, because the important thing is the expectation and the market psychology. Market is full of people, right? And so market is more or less like our spouse. So our spouse is really hard to be guessed. Okay, we never know what they're thinking. We never know what she or he is thinking. Not they. Okay, we never know what she or he is thinking. Market is exactly the same. Right now, you would say that today is 100% of the chance that the FOMC will raise their interest rate. Let me ask you that. If tonight FOMC is really going to raise their interest rate, what will happen? I can tell you, nothing will happen. The US dollar may not go strong. But if they only raise interest rate, which is exactly of what we have already known, we have already expected, the US dollar may adjust and may drop and may depreciate, as we know that the result is just simply as what we expected, right? So let me break into a few cases. So first is raise interest rate, US dollar goes strong, or raise interest rate, US dollar will go weak, or they do not raise interest rate, but the US dollar goes strong or weak. Four scenarios, right? My preference is like that. There are a few possibilities they can do. The extreme ones are, the first one, they're not going to raise interest rate. Then US dollar will come back down for sure, will depreciate for sure, okay? If 96% among this 100% saying that they will only expect they to raise the interest rate for one time, if they raise it by 2 or more times, what do you think? The US dollar will go a lot more stronger, okay? So that's the fact. But I think most likely they're going to raise their interest rate for 0.5, okay, just once. But the thing is, what Yellen is talking about after the meeting. So if she is talking about some strong dollar policies like, oh, this time I'm just going to raise the interest rate for one time, but in the coming 9 months, I'm going to raise the interest rate for 10 times, then what do you think? The US dollar will go really strong, really crazy, right? The second choice is they only raise the interest rate for one time, but after the meeting, she's not going to say anything. Probably the US dollar will not move, but most likely it will depreciate. High chance that it depreciate because the party is over, right? Nothing to speculate. So people will leave the country. The money will leave the country. So that's these four scenarios. So how do I use the US dollar and today's the speech and the FOMC decision for my portfolio? Okay, in terms of housing market and stock market. Okay, for stock market, let me say, for stock market, if the US dollar for whatever reason will go strong or crazily strong, then that means money is going into the US, then it is really beneficial for banks and insurance and housing. Okay, so for banks, their interest rate spread is wider, so there are more advantage, more opportunities to earn money, earn a bigger chunk of interest. So we will say, oh, that's not today, right? Even the US dollar is going up, it will happen, the numbers will happen, will shown in the next quarter, right? That's wrong, because in the market, no one will line up, no one will queue up. So when there's some kind of news that is potentially benefit for the banking industry, we will buy it, we will invest in the stock right now, today. We will not line up, we will say no, oh, let's see the net, well, let's cool down, right? So the US dollar is going strong, but they will earn they will have the profit not until next quarter, right? Everyone cool down. No one will cool down. We want today, we want now, we want to make money now, and we want the bonus now, okay? So that's the fact. And insurance industry is also beneficial. So what if they the FOMC raised the interest rate more than once, and also, or after the meeting, Yellen is talking about, will give a speech about the strong US dollar policies, like what I said. Then the house, what should I do with the housing market? So if you have seen my last videos, I've talked about in general, in longer term, the whole interest rate hike cycle will ultimately beneficial or highly correlated with the housing market. So the housing market will probably go up more 10 to 30% more. So problem is now. So if the US dollar is going a lot stronger due to the reasons I listed before, the housing market will go up now. Okay, but what you should do is, if you want to buy a house with this news, buying a house is a long decision, right? It's a long-term decision. But in the shorter term, if coincidentally you are going to buy a house now, in the shorter term, because it's going up now, you can say that. You can tell the seller that tell the seller that the interest rate is going up right now, and the interest rate will be higher and higher. Then you know that the housing prices will drop. So give me a better discount. Hopefully they will give you a better discount for now. But in the bottom of your heart, you know that in longer term, because the economy is good. So under the whole interest rate high cycle, the housing market will go up instead of down. So you know what I mean? So I know this is kind of conspiracy, is kind of slicky, right? But I can tell you that for a seller, they are selling their house. They already have their reasons why they are selling the house. Probably the reasons are exactly opposite of yours. So how you should take advantage of now the current situation and take advantage of that, you can take a reference of that. So for me, it's pretty hard to say that, oh, if I want to buy a house, but I have to warn you that under the whole interest rate cycle, the housing market should go up, right? Then who will sell you the house? That basically what I'm talking about for now. But if they are not going to raise the interest rate, and Yellen is not going to say anything about the strong US dollar policies, so the US dollar will depreciate, right? So in longer term, the housing market will go up, but in short term, it may adjust a little bit, for a little bit. But the reasons how I suggested how you can talk to the sellers are kind of different, because now they are not going to raise the interest rate. They seemingly not going to raise the interest rate. If that happens, they will probably stay firmer on their asking price, or even there's maybe some supplies that they're going to change their mind, not selling houses. So if you're owning houses, you don't have to care about the decision coming out today. So if you're owning a house or houses, even for investment, for living, or speculate, okay, you have to hold the houses for a longer period of time, because eventually it will hit the historic high again. And my guessing is every time it hits the historic high, it will go up 10 to 30% more. So I'm planning to talk about specifically talk about the housing market on Friday, specifically for those who who doesn't have a house right now and really afraid to kick into the market and have the cash but really can't find a chance to buy the housing market, thinking that the housing price is really crazy. I can specifically make you a video on Friday. As long as you leave me a comment, I will try to make a video, because I made a video, in the Asia side. People kind of rebounded pretty heavily, because for those who doesn't have a house, for those who don't have a house today, they really hate my video. Okay, I guess 10% of the comments are pretty hatred. Okay, so I see your comments asking something like that. So I try my best using my English to explain what is in my head. What's in my head is not languages. There's no barrier in countries. It's just one word: statistics. Okay, so hopefully I have the chance to share this video and my insights to you guys. And please smash the like button and share the video to your friends. Please make sure you have subscribed and like my Facebook and YouTube channel. Then you have the first hand of my newly recorded and published videos. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Please leave me comments and I reply every single one of them for now. Okay, no, I hope this forever, but right now I reply all of the messages. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Hopefully you have the right preparation to do today. See you next time. Bye.